I've absolutely had enough of Amazon KDP and I'm going to stop. I'm going to quit. I'm spending too much money on Amazon advertising. I can't find any profitable niches. I'm watching YouTube videos telling me that I'm going to be making thousands of dollars monthly and I'm making $50. So that's it. I'm going to stop. How many times have you said that to yourself? How many times have you thought, well, I might just quit KDP because this is all too much. Other people are making serious money, or I think they're making serious money. That's what they're reporting anyway. But I just don't seem to be able to get the traction that I want. Well, in this video, I'm going to be sharing a bit more about my story. And hopefully some things that you learn from my story will help you on your journey. I want to try and get your mindset right in regards to how you can succeed on Amazon KDP. I'll share some income from my first year and what I experienced, because too many of you I see start something and then just stop and give up. But if you just continued a bit further, you could have succeeded. Or you might be at the very beginning and you can succeed if you follow a few things that I'm going to share with you during this video. So stay tuned. In my first 2 years of publishing on Amazon KDP, there were numerous times that I felt that maybe publishing wasn't my thing. I had a passion for it. I loved the process of it, but trying to generate sales was tough. And the hardest thing was I was seeing other people making thousands of dollars or reporting that they were making thousands of dollars. Now, there are things that you should know when you see income reports, because you've also got to factor in things like Amazon advertising and taxes. And even though there might be thousands of dollars being made, what kinds of books are they making? Have they been publishing for 5, 6, 7 years? Because most of them, if they have been, would have been doing it progressively over a period of time. And that's the important factor with publishing, is that it is a long-term process and a long-term journey that you need to get used to. For many people that are publishing low-content books, they don't focus on the long term. Now, that's a generalization, but the reason I'm saying that is the reason why people enter the low-content book publishing is because low-content books can potentially be fast to make. You can create books that have no internal manuscript, they're just blank. You could potentially do the covers yourself, although I don't always recommend that unless you have some great design skills. So it does attract a lot of people because the barrier to entry is very, very small, because you can create everything pretty much for free and get your book up onto Amazon. What isn't free is the Amazon advertising and being able to ensure that people know about your book. But let's go back a bit. Let me show you what my first few months look like, then my first 12 months, and even into 2021 when I started to get traction. But you can see there were times where you might understand why I felt like stopping and quitting, and you might be going through these same pain points as well. So let me get onto my presentation. I'll show you a few of the income slides, and then we'll get back to reasons why it's hard, but why you should not quit. Let's get on to the presentation now. For the first few months of publishing on Amazon KDP, I generated $100 of sales, or that's my royalties. What that doesn't factor in though is the fact that I'd spent about $400 on Amazon ads trying to generate sales for those books. And that's what you need to factor in. And that's why I felt like stopping. That's why I felt like giving up. Because even though that I had $100 I'd earned, I was in the hole about $300 because I'd been spending that money. And because you only get your royalty 60 days after your end of period for that month, then you've got to pay for your Amazon ads in advance. So been paying for those, and I was behind already during month 3 or month 4 because I'd started in December 2019. However, if I had stopped at that period of time, I would never have been able to achieve the result by the end of that year. And as you can see, I had 376 books, which is, in my opinion, far too many. When I reflect back on it, I was creating too many books and not spending enough time to market those books. But by creating quite a few books, I learned a lot of things. So yes, I was making a lot of books, and 376 books is probably too many. But on reflection, I did need to do a fair bit of volume of books to learn some important skills. Now, the December period for that month was very, very profitable for me. I think I spent around about $800 on Amazon ads, so I came out well in front. But I could have easily stopped early on in the year and would never have made that month. But let's go to another report here. So this was October the 1st, in my first year, full year of self-publishing, and you can see the revenue that was generated. Now, you can also see periods of time here. So I'd made some money middle of the year, but then sales really dropped down again in October. And I started to consider again whether I should keep publishing, because for the effort that I was putting in, it just wasn't resulting in book sales. However, I just thought I'd commit fully for that first 12 months. And I'd give it everything. If it didn't work out after that period of time, then probably got most reasons to stop. So I pushed on. And then, as you can see, the results really started to track upwards and the trend really increased. But there was a time after that period that, again, I actually considered whether I should quit and stop. So let's have a look at that now. You can see that after December, sales just crashed for me. And there was a period of time here where I was thinking, look, I know people are stopping from buying books for Christmas and things, but I didn't expect that impact. And Amazon ads were sort of still running in the background, so I was still being charged for those. And that's a time when you start to think, well, can I sustain this? You might have created 20 books and you may have made one sale. And that's when you start to question whether this long term is going to be for you. Let's have a look for one more slide as I continued on into the following year. So this is March, and things had picked up again. So in January, things had really slowed down. February wasn't much better. But by March, things had picked up again. So it goes in waves. And this is to try and inspire you to keep pushing on. If we go back to right back where I made $100 in the first 3 months, fast forward that to the period of time just over a year later, in the 1 month alone, I'd made $5,500. But that shouldn't be expected by everybody. The amount of time that I was putting into Amazon was enormous. I was getting up at 4:30 in the morning and then getting to bed at about 10 o'clock every night, plus working a day job as well. And I was seriously putting in so many hours to create books. And what I remember from that period is that there were some pretty dark days where I remember doing some audio diaries for myself at the end of every month. And I remember going back to September, October in my first year thinking, what have I done? This is just not working out as I wanted it to be. And that's the hardest thing, is to keep pushing when you're up against the wall, when your back's up against the wall and you're wanting to get those results that you're seeing other people are getting. So I just wanted to show you this information to begin with, to show you that, yes, I could have quit to start with, but if I hadn't pushed on, the results wouldn't have come. but what are some other things that I can share with you about that period of time when I was really struggling? So what can I share with you that helped me overcome the times that I felt like quitting? And the reasons I felt like quitting: number one, I felt like I was just spending far too much money on advertising in return for the sales that I was getting. But I reflect back on that now. It's because I didn't know Amazon advertising that well, and I was ruthlessly spending on keywords that probably weren't relevant. And the next one was that I was creating plenty of books, but just wasn't getting the returns that I felt that I should. I had this big dream of being able to do Amazon KDP for 12 months, quit my day job, and then just do it full time. And when that didn't eventuate, I felt quite low. It was quite demoralizing, and I had to continue doing my full-time job as well as self-publishing, which was starting at 4:30 in the morning and finishing at 9:30 at night. And then finally, when you see results that crash after a while, so you might be making good money and then suddenly it crashes, you start to think about the consistency of income as well and whether you can keep it up. And what I learned from that was to develop consistency of income, I needed to publish broader than just Amazon KDP. And I've got other videos about how I've done that and why I've done that. But that was another reason I felt like just quitting. And you might see people that talk about books that are selling organically. They've never advertised, but just look closely at those books. When were they actually published? Was it 2017, 2018? Back then, the platform, even though it had been going for a number of years, it was still in its infancy. But being able to create low content books and no content books wasn't as popular as it is right now. And so that is hard. And I know for people that are starting 2023, you might feel that you're up against the wall trying to create these books, particularly when you see videos promising that you're going to make $5,000 per month by creating low or no content books. You've just got to look a bit deeper into what they're trying to do or sell as part of those videos. So just tread carefully with that. What I can say to you about Amazon is that you've got a tough road ahead, but as you could see, if I stopped after month 3, I would never have been able to achieve the success that I have right now. I felt really down at times, and it's still challenging right now. It doesn't become easy. You just probably spend less time on the things that you struggled with to begin with, and you develop efficiencies, and you know which books are going to sell a bit better. But the problems that people have is that they get lured into potentially profitable niches, and I've been guilty of this. Back a year or so ago, when I first started this channel, I had videos about highly profitable niches. But the only way you can really do well out of those niches is if you have a great product, have a great book cover, good description, good manuscript, and you start to advertise and get that traction. You can't be promised to get a certain amount of income from a niche if you don't create a great book. If you do create a great book in those niches, yes, you will do well. However, if someone creates a niche video like that, there's probably another 1,000 people jumping onto it at a similar time. So that becomes a struggle. But if you feel like quitting, know that you're not alone. You can see from my income reports, the income fluctuates. It took me months before I started generating any sales. It took consistent effort to generate consistent sales and income. And you just need to know that most people, 99% of self-publishers, do struggle in the beginning. And you just need to ensure that you're consistent with it, keep learning, keep evolving, and keep watching those YouTube channels that you trust. And I've mentioned in a previous video those YouTube channels that I watch, and you can get a general feel for those, for the people that have your general interest at heart, who are trying to do the right thing by you. They're not over-promising and under-delivering, and they've got a way about them that helps you to learn more and want to grow more as well. So please don't quit. Keep pushing on. Just think about this video. Come back to it if you need to at any time. Know that you have the support of people around you that want you to do well. And if you don't, get yourself surrounded with people that do. And a community of people that have all got a common interest of wanting to grow their publishing business is great. And so there's plenty of people you can form those communities with. So just keep on pushing on, and hopefully you get to experience the similar results that I had, but it may be in year 2 or year 3 that you experience those results. We're not all on the same pathway, but be persistent and be resilient. So thank you very much for watching. If you have liked this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Sorry it's been a long one, but I just know it's important to speak straight down the camera to you right now and say that it's important that you do everything you can on this journey, because if you do succeed, the opportunities are amazing, and it just takes a lot of heart and soul to make sure you get to those end results. So thank you, and I look forward to creating a new video in the near future. Until then, goodbye.